Uh, Hey, Ricardo. Hey, Rob. How are you, Rob? Good evening. Hi, Cass.
Hey,
Hey, how are you, Maki? Are you all right?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, man. I think you have to put your phone like
Sorry. How's that? Is
that.
that better?
That's bad. Yeah, otherwise you're gonna be like sideways like that. Oh man, how are you? How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. We uh,
How's
we got mats delivered yesterday, so
Oh man, lucky,
so
lucky for some.
wait months to arrive, but now it's nice. We got the nice weather, so we're just doing our training after work now, and no, it's really good.
And are you working normally?
Yeah, more or less, both of us working from home, obviously, but
Yes.
yeah, it's still all normal.
And what do you do, Mark? What's your job?
I work
Sorry
for
to ask.
Robert's Radio in marketing, making new radios.
Oh yeah, like radio, like music radios.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool, huh?
fun.
And which kind of music do you like to listen? Like, not to do with the work, but what kind of music do you listen?
A bit of everything. I went through a big heavy metal phase when I was younger. Now it's anything rock, rap, whatever's going. Brazilian tunes when I'm rolling, of course.
And this is why you used to have. They said some
Yeah,
of the other lives. They said you had long hair before.
I know. Yeah, I had it down to there, and it was just getting in the way all the time when I was training. So I had to cut it off eventually.
W-
I remember waking up with it just all over my face, and then I thought, no, enough is enough.
And was it because of the heavy metal? Because of the music?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you play any instruments?
Nah, not anymore. I used to play bass when I was up until I was about 14, 15. And then yeah, got a lot more interested in training than the music. So
So tell us a little bit. How did you get to jiu-jitsu? Have you done any martial arts before?
yeah, so I watched a lot of kung fu movies with my dad when I was little. Um, and then I saw Bloodsport, and of course wanted to fight in the Kumite. And then when it was my next birthday, my parents got me a gi and sent me to judo lessons when I was 7. So I started that. I was still living in Germany at the time, and then when we moved to England, I joined the local judo club, which was in Pound Lane Park at the time, and that later became Sleeping Storm. And I was about 15, and then Rick started teaching there, and the jiu-jitsu class was before my judo class. And then my judo instructor said, oh, you should do some jiu-jitsu, it'll make you better at your groundwork and everything. So that's how I started. And sort of back then, judo was the main focus for me, and I was just doing jiu-jitsu once a week. And then after a while, I just started enjoying jiu-jitsu more than the judo, and then yeah, started taking it a bit more seriously, and went from training once a week to twice a day.
Twice a day.
Yeah, yeah. I went all in. It was good because the gym was right by my school, not as close as the current gym is, but Sleeping Storm was 5 minute walk down the road.
Yes.
So after school, I'd just go there and train with whoever was there in whatever they did, and then stay for the jiu-jitsu. So
Wow. And who was there like when you started?
uh,
That's
first lesson, I remember Ricardo, obviously. Luke was there. Tim was there. Um, Kay was there. Walter Kadas, and then a few other people that stopped over the years. It was still quite a small class there. Less than 10 people at that point normally.
And how was it? How was your first Nova Force experience, like your first lesson Jiu-Jitsu?
I thought I was going to do pretty well because I've done judo, and of course I got choked by everyone, and I thought, yeah, I need to do more of this. uh, yeah, I think the first move I learned was a clock choke actually. That was my first class. So, yeah,
Oh, I
no,
still remember.
yeah.
Yeah. And which belt was Tim and the other guys? Were they graded
Uh,
already or not?
Ricardo was a purple belt at the time, and then everyone else was white belts.
Wow,
Yeah,
man. So your roots. First legend of the guys.
yeah. Oh, 17 years ago now. Scary.
Yo, man. Yeah. We had some guys that were talking about it. Lee the other day was saying that when he went first time, you were there already. And who else? I think Jose said when he went first time, you were there already. So quite of the old guys in Nova Força, when they went there, you were there already. So
Yeah, it's great. You know, seeing the club grow over the years, it's amazing from that first class to how many people we have in the gym now. It's lovely. You know, your family grows year by year.
yeah, man. And how did Jiu-Jitsu help you like on your life? How
A lot, really. I was well, none of the good stuff really started happening till after jiu-jitsu. But I guess the biggest one was I was really, really shy back then. And then jiu-jitsu lets you open up a bit when you're chatting on the mat with the guys, and you just get a bit more confidence through that. Um, and then yeah, just keep you focused and disciplined. You know, you always um, training just helps keep you in the right mindset with that, and helps you keep moving forward, I think.
Yeah, definitely, yes. And how do you feel like with the Nova Força team? Like, do you feel that lots of the guys left, or a lot of people coming in, or how do you feel it? Is it changing or still the same?
I, I think loads of people have sort of come and gone over the years, definitely. But and there must be at least 60 people that have sort of been regular for a long time, if not more. And I think it's great. You're always going to get a certain amount of people dropping off. You know, some people don't get into jiu-jitsu. Some people things happen in life. Sometimes you can't train or whatever. But the majority of the guys keep coming back for more. So it's great. It's great getting to know everyone.
And who is the partner, like the training partner that always been like matching your game and giving you like some hard time, and maybe you were giving them hard time? So someone that's you always level up for since the beginning, that's there up to now.
I guess maybe Dan probably. Well, I think he gives me a harder time than I give him, but that's who I've been chasing the most over the years, and he's always showing me tricks of the trade and helping me out, especially when I was first starting because I was pretty tiny and not very strong back then. So it was nice for Dan to sort of teach me and help me out as we were training together.
Amazing.
Uh,
And anyone else, or just them mainly?
and not just Dan, everyone. Have good roles with loads of the guys. Tim was always a good spar. Jose, since the moment we've met, we really enjoyed fighting each other, and it's always a proper scrap. It's not just a light roll. We help out. It's been awesome rolling with Jake over the years, from when he started off to where he is now, with his level just going through the roof. And seeing someone grow like that was amazing.
And what would be your advice with your experience, like for someone that wants to improve the game and learn? What would be your main advice?
Keep drilling and relax. Everyone starts off being super tense and trying to just use force for everything. And I think your game doesn't really develop until you start relaxing a bit more and you start to really feel, that perfect timing for the speed, for example. If it feels like you're working hard, then you must be kind of doing something wrong if you're drilling it, because it should be effortless when you get the right motion. And I think that's a good thing to focus on, especially when you're starting out. Not who taps who or how many times you tap in a roll, or beating this guy up who's been there 3 weeks less than you, or whatever it may be. Focus on your technique, getting your timing right, and you'll naturally improve through doing that.
That's good. And we all see you like the way you spar. You're quite chill. You never go like especially like for us like lower grade. Like maybe with the guys, you go with more strength. But you always like kind of let us feel like a little bit comfortable. And then when we are comfortable, you just come and like blah, change everything completely. So it's kind of we can see on your game that you try not to use the strength, and it's very clear like what you said. So from
Yeah,
that, it's
yeah. I've always tried to. Well, I didn't have any strength when I started, so that I didn't have a choice at the beginning. So that helped me ease into it. I guess it's I guess Ramon, because he grew up fighting adults, and then now that he's got the power to go with the skill he developed in that time, you can really see it that he doesn't. His technique is so smooth, and I think that played a big part there.
that's it. Yeah, man. And what about injuries? Have you ever had injuries along the 17 years?
So many, lots of them. Uh, Back when I was a white belt, I landed on the side of my foot from a takedown. So there was a chunk of bone that had come off my foot. That was
Ah,
a while. Um, had some back problems, shoulders, bits and pieces over the years. You just have to kind of work around it when you're rolling.
yeah,
While, when if it hurts when you're on your back, try to be on top and tap quick. you know, there's no point in getting more injured. So the trick is just to manage it as best you can. And if you unfortunately do have to take some time off, then what can you do? You'll be
that's
back.
it.
Jiu-jitsu's there for
Yeah, that's it. That's what like Lee just said. You're the kindest killer. You just come
you.
like soft, and and we come and then we see you all like gentle and a nice guy, and then think like wow, like, let me see what I can do. Like then we just come all excited, and then you just like you're kind of pretending, let the game go, and then suddenly just like turn around. And then we have someone that sent a message to you, which is Dave, the Hong Kong, Dave Kimura.
Ah,
He
yeah.
just said his first day as a white belt at Nova Força. He came like he came like all spazzed out, like full of energy and strength. And his first sparring was with you, and then he accidentally kicked your nuts, and you were like, ah, like
Yeah.
he's agoniating on the floor. So he said, "Oh no, can you just apologize for him? Because every time I see him, I remember how stupid he acted."
Oh, that's fine. These things happen.
So he said my first sparring with a black belt, and then I just like do something like that. So he was like,
Yeah. That's not a problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're still.
and do you find it, Mark, that the guys when they see you like they just come because you're such a nice guy. They sometimes they come like with their strength ready to kill, like thinking that they can take some advantage of it, and then you feel some pressure. Do you feel pressure?
Mm, it's happened, I guess. A lot of the time, no. I think naturally beginners will go a little more crazy, just because they don't quite know what they're doing yet a lot of the time. So it's just part of getting into it. Um, but generally, once you get to know everyone, it's a relaxed spa, or you still go hard, but it's not people going crazy once they've had a bit of time to settle in. I think
Yeah,
I think when I've gone to other gyms, like when abroad, I always, when I travel for business, I always try to take at least shorts and shorts and rash guard with me. And of course, then people go a little bit more crazy when you're somewhere else. But still nice, don't get me wrong. But yeah, you definitely feel that you're black belt from another club. So we're going out today.
And
Which is
where did you go? Like which other place have you been that you
um,
train?
Taiwan, loads of places in Europe, France, various cities in Germany, trained in Rome, um, Lisbon. I know that was for a competition. Yeah, just wherever I am. It's mostly around Europe, but I go to China for work, and then I was just if I can fit it in, try to train for one day. So the most recent one was Taiwan, which was really cool, really good fun.
And we were talking about it as well, like the other day, that the guys from Nova Forces sometimes they go to other place, to other gyms, and they kind of they really they feel they feel that they deserve the belts that they have, so
Yeah,
they never feel shame of the level. How do you feel when you go somewhere other place? I mean,
same, same. Like, there's no doubt that if Ricardo gives you a belt, you deserve that belt. You know, you've earned it. And when I go, as I said, I trained all over the place. So you kind of see where everyone else is at, and I think that probably all of the Nova Force fighters feel comfortable when they go to other clubs.
that's it, man. Yeah. And what about MMA, Mark? Have you ever fought MMA, or have you ever thought about fighting MMA?
Not really. Striking's never been my thing. I've always loved sort of grappling martial arts, and that's just what I've always been focused on. Yeah, love jiu-jitsu. Never stop jiu-jitsu, but no real interest from my side to get into MMA. I'm afraid.
And do you follow like a MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, like on the YouTube or Flow Grappling or something like that? Do you follow it?
Less so now than when I was competing. When I was competing a lot, I was following all the big names. And whenever there was a big event, I was watching it. Um, Watched a loads of Marcelo Garcia videos when I was learning X guard. Obviously, so when I want to figure something out, I go and look up someone who's good at that, and sort of try to pick up some techniques from their instructionals. Definitely. But yeah, it's more. Luckily, everyone else posts loads of jiu-jitsu clips, so there's always lots of stuff there that pops up on my feed when I check it in the morning. So, got
Yeah.
inspiration there.
And who is your favorite fighter, like that inspire you over the years?
Uh, Favorite fighter. So Marcelo Garcia is definitely up there because of the X guard. I love that. I like watching Kai Terra. Um, always a great fight. And Bruno Malfacine. I trained at his gym in Florida, but unfortunately it was the same weekend that the Pans were on, so I didn't get to fight him. He was busy getting another gold, but his gym was awesome, and there's loads of black belts there, so it was a really good session.
That's it, yeah. And he's like, I think he's the one of the one. He's the guy that has more titles, world titles in it, isn't it? Mofasini, I think 9 or something.
Yeah,
It's just like a surreal. It's amazing. He said he just go and come back home with the gold, and it's just like a some. And what about competitions? Tell us a little bit what's your competition background, Mark?
yeah. I was competing regularly for must have been almost 10 years. I started my very first one was a club competition. So we used to do them. We've done a couple recently, but we used to do it a lot more regularly back at Sleeping Store and in the Scout Hut. And that was my first experience. And I thought, this is good. I won 2 fights, lost 2 fights, but it felt like I was progressing. Um, So that was really cool. And then after that, Ricardo said, we've got a competition next week. We're taking the team up to Reading. It was Urban Guerrillas comp back in 2007. And then that was my first sort of external one. And I won 3 fights, got gold, and then I was like, I'm doing this all the time now. But, and then on, it was there were a lot less competitions around at the time, so it was sort of every 3-4 months at the start, and then after that, a few years, I was always doing them sort of every 3-4 months and really enjoying it. As soon as I got the new belt, I was like, straight away sign up for the competition, test yourself straight away. And yeah, just kept going. And then sort of 2012 to 2015, I was competing all the time. It was almost twice a month or something, if not more. Flying all over Europe with Jake to do the IBJJF competitions. And yeah, did I think 7 at black belt, and then got injured in my last one, and then I sort of thought time to take a bit of a to either go all in and go to jiu-jitsu full time, competing full time, or sort of take a step back and focus on training jiu-jitsu, but the other aspects of life, moving those along a bit. Just got married at the time, looking to move into a house, and had to take a little step back to have the time to do all that. But one day I will compete again.
That's great, man. Oh, there's a friend that joined here now, all the way from Brazil, that he also did lots of competitions. Chileno fighters. He has a now he runs a shop in Brazil with gi and all the stuff. So he's a warrior also. So I'm sure he will be happy to hear your stories about the competitions as well. He say hi, Chileno, and
Right?
and Mark. How was it? Did you go to the Europeans in Lisbon? That's the one you went to.
Yeah, that one didn't go my way. Happens. Turned the
Yeah.
wrong way, and the guy got my back and choked me. Unfortunately, it was the first fight. But it's part of the game. You can't win them all. You just gotta come back and
Yes.
try the next.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's it. Man. Good. And Mark, are you planning to compete again? So we can get Chileno to
Yeah,
sponsor you. Have like this fighter shop already on the watch there. Look. Are you
one day
looking to compete? Are you gonna compete again?
I will. One day, but it's not going to be tomorrow. I need a few things I need to take care of ahead of that, and up my training again to a level where I feel comfortable competing. Right now, especially last year was probably the year I trained the least. I spent most of it working around the clock. I know excuses, but yeah, and it was sort of September this year when I was getting, sorry, September 2019 when I was getting into it a bit more, and then obviously now we're in the situation where there's not a lot of training we can do other than what we can do at home. But then when the gyms open back up again, and I can train regularly and get in shape again, get rid of the Corona belly, then
That's it. It's
I'll
Corona haircuts and
yeah,
Corona belly.
just clip straight up.
I think it's the government. It's a setup. Everybody gonna come out of the coronavirus the same. Everybody gonna be overweight with the shaved heads. We'll be like,
Uh,
oh, man. And is it affecting like your business in your work, the coronavirus, or not, Mark?
yeah, I don't think there's any business out there that's not affected, but yeah, we're in we're in decent shape. Work is still the same. for me. So it's just working from home now instead of the office, which is fine. It means I don't have to iron any more shirts. So that.
That's it, Mark. And Mark, you just said that you recently got married. Did you met your wife on the jiu-jitsu, or you are the one that brought her to jiu-jitsu?
And now we met at Jiu-Jitsu. Well, we met before that a little bit, also through Jiu-Jitsu. So we got married now, I want to say 3 years ago. But we met back at Fit for Less when we were training there. We didn't get on at first, and then she started doing a few jiu-jitsu classes, and then I remember Rick put us together for specific sparring in our first class. And it was sort of winner stays on, and I got the sweep accidentally. She kind of moved into the direction of the sweep. She would tell the story differently. Yeah, we still didn't get on then, and then we met a few years later when we got the new gym, and Liv started training weights there, and she was doing the boxing upstairs. And then started training together, getting to know each other, and got together through jiu-jitsu. So,
Man.
and now, especially now with the lockdown, and now that we have mats, training together a lot. So
That's it, man. Oh, Ricardo, if Ricardo runs out of business with jiu-jitsu, he can open like a matching business, because he got Camila and Richard together. He got you together as well. That's good, Ricardo. That's helping jiu-jitsu, helping overall the life, isn't it? I have a question. I have a question from Carlos here as well. When you're sparring with your wife, if you take it easy with her, so you can have easier time at home, or if you go full on anyway in the sparring.
No, have to take it a little bit easy. I get that every time we spar, she gets a little bit better, and I have to fight a little bit harder. So yeah, she's tough anyway, and now she's getting good as well. So my mission is to make sure her X guard is good by the time the gym's reopened. So
that's it. Yeah, she's a warrior as well, isn't she?
yeah,
She's amazing, man. And I have a question here from. Oh, no, go there, go there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she's a warrior. When she's training at the gym, it's just like full on.
Yeah,
You know, we don't have many girls at the gym, but the girls that they train there, like Jess and your wife, they just like, oof, that's a proper high level training.
yeah, no, they're both tough, and they've both got really nice technique. And
Yeah.
I see Camilla's getting into jiu-jitsu as well.
Camila, yeah, we're gonna need to. Ricardo just said that he's gonna organize a female class now, because there's a good. The business is growing on this side as well.
Yeah.
That's good. We're gonna come. That's what we're gonna come out stronger out of the more classes, like with a female squads as well. And on the note of getting stronger and knowing that you bought your mats now, Lee and Dan just ask if you opening like some illegal training at your house, so they can join for illegal training there.
No illegal trading at the moment. But
they didn't know you bought the mats, so now that they know that you bought the mats, you might get them knocking on your door there.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow to a queue of cars outside. Everyone wants to trade.
It would be like the neighbors gonna be calling the police on your house, because there'll be so many people coming just to train.
Well, it must be quite to neighbours on one side can sort of see through a gap in the hedges, and they'll probably just see Liv throwing me across the mats. So you put them out in the garden, so sure we'll be getting some weird looks.
Definitely. Mark, there's a question that I always ask as well. It's like if you're in a fight in a pub, and then you have to pick up 3 guys from Nova Força to help you. So who would you pick up to help you there from Nova, excluding Ricardo? So
Excluding, well,
yeah.
obviously that would be my first choice. Justin's on there. um, who else would I go to? Tim. Pick Tim. And Jose would die before he let anyone attack me. So
Jose. Jose just said that he's coming for the training too. He wants to go for the illegal training. This business gonna grow there, man. You're gonna be at home working at home, and then people gonna be sparring on your garden.
Yeah, I'll have to stop work and join in. Everyone climbing over the fence, aren't I? Tomorrow.
That's it. Dan just said that is illegal. You have to exclude Justin, so you have to choose someone else instead of Justin.
Dan.
Dan, that's good, man. It's good. And then now I'm gonna go for quick fire. So we'll be like, I'm gonna say the name of the guy, and then you're gonna say that when you spar, if you flow or if you just go for the kill. So it'll be smash or flow. So if you smash is when you go for the kill, and then flow will be you're gonna be just like playing. So Ramon.
Smash. Not that I get a chance.
Jake.
Smash.
That's it. Lee.
Oh. So that's a tough one. Depends. Sometimes smash, sometimes flow.
Ricardo.
Survive.
Jose.
Smash.
That's it. And then white belts, all the white belts, like the beginner ones.
Normally flow.
And the wife.
50-50.
Amazing, man. Oh, Mark. Thank you so much, brother, for your time. Thank you for joining us for the live, man. And it was so good to hear from you and be able to see you guys. Say hello to your wife there for us as well. Where is she there?
She's burning things outside.
Oh, okay, she's doing it.
Say hello. No. One sec. Say hello.
Whoa, man, he is burning. He's really setting.
Hey.
Hello, careful with this cooking there. Oh my goodness.
I'm actually cooking. I thought I'd give you a space to leave the house so I don't have to listen to everything. So I go outside. I love it. Look at it.
Oh, amazing. Very nice.
It's so nice to see the results when you put something in the fire and it burns. Really
Pyromaniac.
I'm so bad. Honestly, if there is barbecue, I'm doing it.
Well, we'll have a barbecue again one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man. Oh, Mark, thank you so much, man. What's your final words for the Nova Força team? Give some
final words. Just keep going, guys. We all know the situation sucks, but we got to make the best of it. So just do whatever training you can, and then we'll be back on the mats together soon, hopefully.
That's it. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Mark. See you soon, brother. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.